Hello and welcome back to Diecast. My name is Ron. Well, what we've got today on the turntable, this little car came to me from a friend of the channel, and he included a note that said, "Hi Ronald, I found this in the dirt while I was walking the dog, signed Mike." And apparently the Mike in question, his name is, I believe, Mike Vanness, because there's a pin shop card in here. And so this came all the way from Little Rock, Arkansas. And this is going to be our project. He felt like I could bring this back, apparently. So we're going to blow this thing apart. We're going to take a look at the pieces and parts and see what's left and see what we can do about reviving this little piece of Hot Wheels history. So everybody, please stay tuned. All right, we got a little Speed Seeker all blown apart. And this little car has quite the history, really. First released, it was called the Mantis and had an opening canopy. And I did one of those. I did a restoration on one a couple of years ago. And then it became the Double Vision. Let's see, Double Vision. And then it went through another release called the Speed Seeker, and that was from 84 to 87. And then it went on a little hiatus for about 9 years, and then that became the Speed Machine. So it's been around for a while, a few changes. There's still indications of the original Mantis under here, these little pivot places that apparently the windshield fits into. The little recess in front of that is for the interior, and this also has two posts, a short one in the front and a longer one in the back, which have been drilled and tapped for the 256 screws. Apparently it was a metallic magenta, from what I can see underneath, red or magenta. It had a little white on it as well on the top. One very dirty black interior. It looks a little rough. I think it's missing the steering wheel in here. And our base, metal base, and you can see it was in the dirt long enough that the axles rusted away. But this is, excuse me, one of the early versions, 1983 Mattel Speed Seeker, made in Malaysia. Now, I do have parts via a later model. This still has the 83 date on the patent information, but as you can see, they are slightly different. But this one, I've already drilled it so we can take it apart, and here's the glass we're going to use, and as you can see, it fits in there just fine. Doesn't open, but it will fit in the casting. And it's a little tight. Anyway, we'll work that out. But this is a little bit bent, so we're going to have to round that out a little bit. But we do have a glass for it. And for that matter, we have another interior, and this one didn't have a steering wheel in it either, so I don't think we're really hurt in any way by it not having the interior or having a steering wheel. Might have to see if I can find one to 3D print. But as you can see, just like the black interior, the white one fits right in those little recesses right there. And it's hard to put these things together sometimes. So everything's in pretty good shape. So we can either go black or white on the interior. Wheels, I think, not the main lines. I'm either going to put full custom wheels on it or see if maybe I've got some black walls that'll work. Well, that's all the pieces and parts, and I'd like to take a moment and thank Mike Vanness. I'm not sure that's actually his last name, but there's the note, and he had apparently gone to my about page and copied off the information, and I didn't know this was coming. It just showed up in the mail one day. My wife said, "What's that?" I said, "It's apparently a car somebody found." So we're going to try to bring this back. All right, that's all the pieces and parts. Let's go ahead and we'll get everything cleaned up and see what we can do to bring this thing back. So everybody, please stick around. Well, before we get to the reveal, here's a quick look back at where we started. This is a Hot Wheels Speed Seeker from a early to mid 80s. And this was found in the dirt, so let's go ahead and see what I was able to do with this little Speed Seeker. Everybody please stay tuned. Well, here is our completed Hot Wheels Speed Seeker that came to me all the way from Little Rock, Arkansas, which is probably about 100 miles south of me, thereabouts, maybe a little more. But this was found by a guy named Mike, and I believe it's Mike Vanness, sorry. And he sent me a note saying, found this in the dirt while walking the dog. Well, I thought that was intriguing, and looking at the condition, I could tell it had been in the dirt for a long time. So this being, I think, the second or third generation of this particular casting. They started with the Mantis with the opening canopy, and then it went to the next version of that when they released it again was the Double Vision. And then the last version, which is what this is, the Double Vision, or this is actually the Speed Seeker that was manufactured between 1984 and 1987. The last version was the Speed Machine, and I think it's actually still being produced if you watch around. This was rough. You could tell it'd been in the dirt for a while. It'd been stepped on at least once. And so we had to reshape the little center pillar down the middle there. It was a little flat, but we got that pretty simply back in the correct shape, and painted it with the base coat from Diecast, then went over that with the translucent yellow by Tamiya, depending on how you want to pronounce that. And then I gave it a little fade using the clear blue, which I knew would turn green, which is kind of what I wanted, because this casting makes me think of an older, I don't remember who designed it, but it served as the Catwoman car on the Batman series in '66, and it kind of, this color scheme is kind of what that looked like. It was kind of yellow and green, but it was also on, I believe, on Star Trek. Not this one, but the one that inspired this. Anyway, polished out the base. The base was rough, very rough. It was very corroded, but it cleaned up nicely, and once I had it polished, I was very happy with it. And I dug around in my box of old wheels, and I found a set of black walls, which was what this would have had on it. And so we refreshed those, the black and the chrome. And the rest of it was, the window was robbed out of a later model, which fit perfect. The interior is the original black plastic. But the last step after I had it painted in the fade was I shot it with the Tamiya pearl clear coat, and can't really see it, but it really sparkles in person. The video just doesn't do it justice. Well, I hope you like this video, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please do that and ring the bell. That way you'll be notified when I have new videos available. Be sure you share with your friends. Well, Mike, thank you once again. I hope you like the result of your little find that you sent to me, and the fact I was able to get it to revive it and bring it back and make it look pretty good again. Well, once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and if you stumble across a car while you're out on walking your dog, send it to me. I would appreciate it. I will see you in the next.